This is Dormouse03 continuing my Max Payne 3 old school walkthrough, and this is part 2 of chapter 13. And so I had picked up a grenade launcher back when you were in the area with the tanks, and this is a spot where I wanted to save some of those grenades. So there are a bunch of guys coming through the elevator, and they have laser sights and they throw some smoke, and it's hard to see, so I am just grenading the bastards right now. And it's kind of hard to blind fire this thing accurately, so you do the best you can. And the reason that I saved this grenade launcher for this area is because they were so accurate. The cover that you have is not the best. I mean, it's a good idea to stay in this room, but yeah, they're kind of bitches. So that was the best way that I found to take those guys out easily. And I believe I still have like 3 grenades left over, so I'm gonna hold on to those for a spot coming up in the future.
I saw the elevator door.
So once you go around and you pick up all the ammo to your liking, and you pick up a couple of painkillers, which, you know, you should be making sure that you keep on you consistently at least 3 painkillers. I have 5 on me right now, and you want to manage these really well. And if you get to a spot where you find that you are using too many of them, or you feel like you just got screwed by a checkpoint or something, or you got screwed by a guy doing too much damage to you, then go reload the checkpoint and try it again, because you want to be managing these things really well for the end of this chapter. So that guy has a shotgun. You want to take care of him quickly, and then I'm going to go in here and take cover, and then I'm going to use the remaining ammo in this grenade launcher to clear out as many of these guys as I can hit with my blind fire. And I managed to take out 3 or 4 of them with it, which is good. You could probably get a few more if I hadn't missed with that second one. But that makes this room significantly easier, because there are like 8 guys or so in this room, and they will go all around you. There is not good cover really from where you're starting out, so you want to clear up as many of them as you can, and you also want to leave yourself in a good position for when you manage to kill the last of these guys. The last one that was always for me was a guy over there in that right office, and he was a bitch. he wouldn't come out of the office, and I end up having to walk around to somewhere I don't particularly want to go, but it's okay, because it gives me an opportunity to pick up a different gun, which is a good thing for this next section. So if you can do this and manage to pick up one of those and trade out your grenade launcher that should be empty at this point, unless you want to save one for this guy coming up, but yeah, that's probably not the best way to take him out anyway. So you kill that last guy, and then here comes light machine gun dude, and so you want to sort of hide from him while he's firing around, and then use your bullet time to give him a couple of rounds in the face, knock that helmet off, and shoot him in the head. And don't be deceived by that. He can do a lot of damage to you. So I picked up his light machine gun, but then I think I immediately traded it out because it just didn't have a lot of bullets in it. And it's a good gun. I mean, the bullets in that gun will do a heck of a lot of damage. But the way that I play some of these sections is I like to blind fire. And if you're blind firing with a weapon and you don't have a lot of bullets in it, it's not going to be super effective for you. So I prioritized number of bullets over the power of the weapon. So you may be different and want to play differently, and in that case, you might want to pick up that LMG because it does a shit ton of damage. So even though it only has 36 bullets, you can do a lot with those bullets if you are precise enough with your aiming. So walk around in here. There's not a whole lot of stuff to pick up, I don't think. Actually, considering this room was a potential shitstorm, but there are some painkillers right there. But yeah, there aren't a lot of painkillers and things in this section right here. So you really needed to do well with killing those guys quickly. So then you're gonna go through this boardroom, have some exposition here, and then right off the bat when you go into this room that I'm going to be headed into in just a second, when I can figure out which one is the right door, you want to not do what I'm going to do right now and turn around and like look for things, but turn and kill these guys, because I got I got railed by them a little bit, and you don't want to do that. So you don't want to get surprised by guys here. And right, so what I do here is go over onto this piece of cover right here, and then I think I'm gonna peek out and try to take out guys on either side of me. So this is the best spot right here, because you can catch guys coming around this corner and they can't get you from the left. So that's good. But yeah, you want to be real careful. And like, I really needed to take that painkiller just then, because I was very close to death. And yeah, just be shooting these guys, and you can probably peek out around this corner and instead of popping out of cover like I'm doing right now, and make your life a little bit easier. So use the little trick of peeking around the corners that I was doing in some of the sections earlier, instead of sticking to the cover right there. I'm not quite sure why I was popping out of cover there unnecessarily, but yeah, there's the last guy in this section, and then there is an armory to my left that I'm going to go into and swap out guns and pick up ammo, and make sure that you're well stocked up for the next sections, because this chapter is full of potentially tricky firefights. So you want to make sure that you have a weapon with plenty of bullets in it. That's something that you like to use and can be effective with. So I go in here and sort of stock up my ammo and look at what weapons I'm using. So I think I decided to stick with this gun that I have on me, whatever it is. And I'm going to then proceed into the next segment. So this stairwell right here, they shoot some gas. It's nothing all that tricky. You just have to shoot this vent, which conveniently the reticle turns red, so it's not too challenging of a puzzle to figure out. And then what you want to do is not be caught off guard by this next part right here, like I kind of was. I was like, oh no, here's a bullet time section I wasn't remembering, and so my aim was off a little bit and I got hurt by this guy. So make sure that you're prepared for that. And then here is the next part. So you walk through that building and it shows you a little cutscene. And then this right here, you want to go into bullet time immediately when these guys burst through the window and try to take out as many of them as you can before they throw this smoke, because this smoke is a bitch. And yeah, it makes it difficult to see, which is the function of smoke, so it makes sense that it does that. And so if you can clear up 2 or 3 or 4 of those guys before that smoke gets tossed out, you'll be in good shape here. And just sort of sit on the corner here and wait for them to pop out and come around and try to grab you. So that is that section done. And I think when you dropped through the vent, you dropped your weapon. So again, a case of Max dropping his gun and you not being able to pick it back up. So you have to choose something here that you're going to to use, which is not this weapon that I picked up because I hate these laser sights, but it was the only real option that I had at this moment. So I choose to use that Uzi as my main weapon instead because I just cannot stand those laser sights. And eventually I'm going to pick the right door. And here you go. So this is, you're on this push cart, and here's where you can potentially get the achievement to kill 6 of these guys, but it's really difficult to do on these harder difficulties because they just take so many freaking bullets. So I'm not going to get it right there. But if you put it on easy and shoot them near their faces, it's not too bad to get that achievement there. But if you don't manage to kill all these guys, which you probably may not, just sort of sit right here, try to use your bullet time, and pick off anybody who's left. And I sort of come up here and try to peek around the edge of this building in order to take out these dudes, because I believe that guy with the red laser sight can kill you in one hit. And it's not too bad because it just goes back to that the beginning of that pushcart section. So this part isn't too bad, but you just want to try to make sure that you don't get hurt too badly in that section. And then you're going to have some more guys coming through here. Several of them have shotguns, so be really, really, really careful of them. I sat there for a second making sure he was dead because he did have a helmet on, and I saw it get knocked off of him, but sometimes when they get knocked off, it doesn't actually kill them. So, and now I was trying to blind fire that dude, but they just take so many bullets. It's just... the blind fire around that corner right there is really effective in stopping them, though. So they can't get to you and come around and get in your face. And then right here, I was kind of concerned about doing the peeking around the corner trick here, so I just sort of popped out of cover and shot these guys. But I do believe it's bulletproof glass right there that you are standing next to, so you may be able to come off the cover and peek around and kill these guys, and that might be a little better. But pick up that painkiller, and if you're like me, you might need to take one because, I mean, just a couple of stray bullets can really hurt you a lot. And so we are going to be coming up here to the end of this video, and the last section, and probably the most challenging section of this chapter, even though there have been several challenging fights. That grenade launcher I found really made it manageable to get through the first 2/3 of this chapter here. So I would highly recommend trying to use that to get through some of those rooms, because it's effective, and since you're inside, it does a lot of splash damage to guys. So try and do that if you can, and however you get through it and get to this point, we will be in the next section. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 3.